Well, I was really proud of our team. Obviously, coming off a tough loss in Game 6 at home, and to come back and respond the way these guys did. As a coach, I couldn't be any prouder of what they did. I thought in the game, the first half. I thought everything was really good. We moved the ball really well. We didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight, but I thought our ball movement and extra passing was really good. The second half, I thought that continued as well. Again, the three-point line, and give Curry and Thompson a lot of credit. They obviously made some big shots when it counted. But I thought we played the right way on the offensive end of the floor. I thought we had a lot of poise. I thought we executed really well. I think it came down to they made a few more shots than we did. But we got down by double digits a couple times there and continued to fight our way back. And, we gave ourselves a chance coming down that home stretch. And then we had that foul coming out of the timeout there. With 5 seconds on the shot clock. I think it was a 4-point game at that point in time, and it went from 4 to 7. So we were playing uphill from there.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Billy, it looked like your three-point defense was actually pretty good. They just hit a lot of shots. You couldn't get anything to fall in the paint. When you look back, was this a loss that goes on the offense more than the defense?
You know what, Barry? I look at it maybe a little bit differently from the standpoint of I thought we really were up. I thought Curry made some shots. I thought Thompson made some shots. And I said this in Game 6. I thought in the first half, both teams missed relatively good looks. These guys made tough shots tonight, and give them credit. I was really happy with our offense. I think we drove the ball to the basket. We extra passed it. We generated really good shots. Like anything in a 48-minute game, you're going to have some possessions you don't like or a turnover. But for the most part, I thought Kevin was terrific. He took 9 shots in the first half. I think he was 5 for 9. But he was finding guys and making the game easy. I thought Russell got the ball to Steven, and he got it to Dion, he got it to Serge. I thought those two guys were terrific tonight offensively. And maybe the numbers don't reflect of them having 35, 36, but what it did reflect was they opened up the floor for us to generate good shots. And I thought this was a game where Golden State made more shots than we did from behind the line, certainly. And to your point, I thought we had some stuff around the rim we just didn't finish.
Jacob Palmer, San Francisco Examiner. What was the difference tonight compared to earlier games with your pick and roll defense on Steph Curry specifically?
In terms of, what do you mean?
Was he just making shots, or was it something that you guys weren't executing, or something?
No. Again, I've said this before. In the first couple of games, everybody wanted to talk about why our defense was so great, and I said that it's not our defense. We're working hard and we're giving great effort, but I've seen enough film of those guys making a lot more difficult shots than they were taking against us, and I thought we were really giving terrific effort. There's certain situations in certain coverages you can trap him, and then there's certain times the worst thing to do is to trap him because the guy in the pick and roll is a handler and a playmaker. So the ones that we did switch on him, we got caught with a big. I thought we could have done a better job pressing up into him, making him play inside the line. I thought a couple times he crossed our bigs over and got off some shots, and we needed to probably keep him inside the line. But that's easier said than done because when you do try to double him with the wrong guy, they make you pay with somebody else.
David Garrett, 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City. Billy, would you just talk about the third quarter? Was it missed shots, their adjustments defensively? What broke down in the third?
No, I actually thought we got really good looks. I thought we got some really, really good looks. I thought they made some threes. They made some difficult shots. We had some opportunities, and I was constantly trying to encourage our guys because I really liked the way we played on offense tonight. I really did. I thought we had good ball movement. And again, not every possession was perfect, and not every shot was perfect, but we played the right way. I thought their shot making in that third quarter, especially from the three-point line, was a difference in the game.
Anthony Slater with the Oklahoman. On a grander scheme of these playoffs, looking at your young core, Adams, Waiter, some of those guys, do you like what you saw the entire postseason, especially with Kevin's free agency looming?
It was funny, before the series started, and probably including myself, this being my first year as well, but someone asked me, he said, does Cantor and Adams and Waiters and Robertson, do they have enough experience to go into this playoffs? Well, what they went through this year is really, really helpful and really, really beneficial from what they experienced. And those guys, Ennis and Steven and Andre and Dion, really, really improved. All of them got a lot better as the year went on. And as a coach, That's what you want to see. You want to see your team evolve and get better, and you want to see individual players evolve and get better. And I would say that I witnessed that this year by all those guys, and it was encouraging to see. And they got some significant experience. I thought Steven in the first quarter, establishing from what Barry was talking about, we got the ball inside a lot around the basket, and I think as he continues to grow and get better, those are plays that he'll finish and make. Ennis gave us a really good boost. Obviously, with them playing small, it's hard to sometimes keep him out there for long stretches, but he gave us good minutes when he could. And Andre, I thought he had a great series against Golden State, and I thought Dion really gave us a great boost off the bench.
Dean Blevins, News 9 Sports, Oklahoma City. Coach, when you look back at this, what's going to keep you up at night the most? Is there something, a sequence that happened, or is it not getting the Game 6 at home, maybe?
Well, I think it's easy to look at that because, this could have played out entirely differently. And what I mean by that is this, we stole the game here in Game 1. They had us down by 13 points, I think, in the second half, and we fought our way back. And, we had a play where it was a one-point game and it was a loose ball, and Steven Adams comes up with it, and they could have easily come up with it. We stole that game. If they would have come in games 3 or 4 and would have tied it and it was 2-2 and we came, here and lost the game and they came to Oklahoma, the way it played out, I think you have to look at the whole series in its entirety. There was opportunity for us to close the series out in 5 and 6 and 7, and we kept a little bit short, but I don't know if that tells the full story of the full 7 games when you look at them as in entirety. What will keep me up is I think the habits that we were able to build, during the course of these playoffs, how can we continue to build next year in training camp in terms of how do we come in and take these experiences that we've all been through and utilize them to grow and develop and maybe be more prepared. I thought that this year with me coming in and being new, them getting to know me getting to know them, there's a transition period, it was. And I appreciate these guys and their patience with me and just their professionalism and the way they responded and the way they did everything. But I'm hopeful that we can utilize these experiences and grow together to even become better individually and collectively.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma, and you opened up, Billy, by saying how proud you were of the way they responded. Ever since Saturday night, all the guys have talked about how they put it behind them. Game 6 wouldn't affect tonight, but was there a part of you that worried that they might get avalanched because of the demoralizing aspect of that game? And what was it that you saw tonight that made you realize that, they really did just able to put it past them?
Well, I think a couple things. One, before I ever saw them on, I don't know what day it was. When did we play Game 6? Saturday. Before I saw them on Sunday, I was concerned. I was just concerned because that was a difficult loss, and would we kind of dwell on it and not be able to move past it? And I just sensed from those guys that they realized that we hadn't lost the series, we lost the game, and we had an opportunity coming in here. And I felt like they did not want to give up the opportunity to compete here tonight to the very, very best of their ability and give themselves a chance. I felt really, really good getting on the plane coming here, and I felt even better after shoot-around this morning of where I felt like our guys were at. I really felt like, I didn't know if we'd win or lose, because you never really know when two good teams play against each other, but I felt like our effort and our commitment to what was going to take to go on the road here and put ourselves in position to win, I felt like I was going to get that from them. And I wasn't worried about getting avalanche at all. I didn't think that those guys would allow that to happen. They were going to be able to, I felt like we were going to give ourselves a chance. And I thought we did. Obviously, the foul, at the end there hurt with a 4-point game. You get a stop with 5 on the clock. Maybe you score. It's a 2-point game. Things are a little bit different. But I felt good getting on the plane. I felt much better even this morning.
Myron Patton Fox, Oklahoma City. When they went on that run in the third quarter, can you explain just what it is you're telling your guys? Because obviously you call timeout and everybody can feel it coming, but it kept coming.
Well, substitution-wise, trying to get some different lineups on the floor as best we could. We didn't play a lot of guys tonight. We shortened the bench and went with those 7 or 8 guys. And really it was probably 7. They put you in binds. Listen, they won a world championship last year, and they've broken NBA record, and people are already talking about it before the playoffs ever started. This may be the greatest team to ever lace them up in the history of the NBA. So with that being said, I don't know if that's accurate or inaccurate, but my point is they're a really good team, okay? They do things like make shots and do some of these things. I think for me as a coach, we were right there every step of the way with them. And this was a record-setting team and a team that's won a world championship. So you can sit there, what happened, and you just got to give them credit. Just give them credit. You know, that's what they do, and that's what they've been able to do, and give them credit for the shots that they make. I don't know. All I was telling our guys was just we need to stay together. We need to keep battling. We need to keep fighting. We need to kind of try to get them off the three-point line, try to get them inside. But listen, we were trying as hard as we could at times with our bigs to get Curry inside the line, and he just wouldn't go there. And he's just shooting over us. And he made some difficult shots. But I also thought in this series he missed a lot of shots that he made tonight. And I think maybe we had something to do with that, but I thought our effort was really good.
The last one, Slater.
What did you think of Kevin's night overall? He only takes 5 shots in the first half, but it seemed like late he was really trying to shoot you back in it.
Well, we opened up the floor, you know, just because we wanted to give some space to him and to Russell to create. And if they were going to pull across, we wanted to hold the corners and take some threes. Andre got some, Dion got some, and so did Serge. I thought Kevin was great in the first half. I thought his leadership, I thought his poise, I thought his composure, I thought the way he passed and shared the ball, I thought the way he was generating shots. They were running at him. He was getting guys wide open looks. We could have made a few more shots, but he really played the right way. And then I think at the end of the game, he did what he was supposed to do. You know, he had a couple tough ones, but outside of that, I thought he played a really highly efficient game tonight, in my opinion. I thought he played really efficiently.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.